Hafaday, yeah, monster storm that meteorologists here at the National Weather Center on Guam has been monitoring. You can see some of them that have been doing that with the visuals they have here and here. Joining us now is one at the National Weather Service, meteorologist Mike Middlebrook. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, so
Thanks.
what can the people of Guam and the CNMI expect?
Well, here on Guam, we're going to get the least of what this storm has. We'll be on the southern fringe, so it's going to result basically in low-end tropical storm force winds, probably during the early morning hours and into maybe the rush hour time tomorrow before it starts to slack off again. So we're not going to see really much in the way of damage here, and actually it doesn't look like we're going to see that much rain, probably less than 2 inches.
But those in Tinian and Saipan?
Well, Tinian and Saipan, you know, to put it succinctly, they're in a lot of trouble tonight. You can see on the loop there how the eye has been wobbling, but right now it's headed right for those 2 islands. And if Tinian or Saipan or both get a direct hit, I'm afraid the damage is going to be widespread and in many cases catastrophic.
Wow. It's tremendous, and you said it's a Category 5, the Super Typhoon making its way through the Marianas, through our region. When's the last time we've ever seen something this magnitude?
The last typhoon comparable to this would be back in 1962, November, Typhoon Karen. And it pretty much flattened Guam. And I think 95% of houses were damaged, major damage back then, and I think some building codes were changed after that storm. But, as I understand it, some of the housing up there, especially on Tinian, is probably most certainly not built to take this kind of wind. That's why I am very concerned. If it should make a direct hit on Tinian, the damage will be, as I said, catastrophic. It'll set them back for months.
Wow.
So I just hope that people there have taken this storm seriously and found sturdy concrete shelters, both on Tinian and Saipan.
Yeah, the same we were seeing for much of the people that were going to the emergency shelters at the local schools here. But in terms of the impact that this storm could cause for us here on Guam, could we see some outages?
Oh, there's always a chance of a power outage with any kind of high wind. But I don't think they'll be widespread. I know GPA has been doing some trimming here and there around the island, and hopefully any power outages will be minor.
So we expect it to be in Core 1 for much of the night. People should remain indoors?
Well, yeah. For the most part, they should. I mean, if you absolutely have to go somewhere, you have to drive somewhere, and it's, I think it would be, if you drive safely, you could do it. So it's not the same as getting into strong tropical storm or typhoon conditions. So yeah, if you're very careful, of course most places will be closed, but I think it would be safe to drive.
So when many wake up in the morning, when the sun comes up, what do we expect to see?
Probably see some gusty winds out of the south or southeast, 20 to 30 miles an hour, possibly a few higher gusts early in the morning, but by that time the storm will be pulling away.
Okay. Is there anything else that anyone from the viewers in Guam or up in Saipan or Tinian Rota need to know?
Well, on Guam, if you have to do something outside, drive or whatever, just do it. Make sure you're careful, do it safely. If you're on Tinian and Saipan, then for heaven's sakes, stay in your strong shelter. Do not venture outside. If the eye comes over, don't be fooled, because the wind will come back from the opposite direction, possibly even a little bit stronger, because it will still be intensifying as it goes by. So Tinian and Saipan, this is truly an emergency, and people should just find the best shelter they can.
Right. Mike Middlebrook with the National Weather Service. Thank you so much, Mike, for your time.
You're welcome.
And of course, there are some other closure notices that have been put out. The Guam Department of Education saying that classes are canceled for students on Thursday, that's tomorrow, and as well as some of the Catholic schools. The Catholic schools closed and some of the private schools as well. We have a full list on our website on KUAM.com. We'll keep you posted there. For now, for Guam's News Network, Guahosi Nick Delgado.